welcome to House and Home. We have a great show for you tonight, and of course we have our home decoration ideas. I am Amanda Elaitia, but for our Out and About segment, we are here at Variarata National Park, and we will later be joined by Martin Benny, who will be telling us about the park. But as you can see, where I am, it's 833 meters above sea level, and it provides a very peaceful and scenic view of Port Moresby.
We have different types of artifacts. The one that I major on is wood sculpting, which means that there is the carvings and also the artifacts that we have here. Most of the carvings are actually probably the ancient ones and the older lyric. But the artwork that we normally do here is some of them are walking stick, which is most popular, and others of like bowls and human figures upright. But of recently we begin to diversify into touching areas like basket weaving, and we also went on to the wall hangers. Carvings are original. It cannot be duplicated. There is no way you can duplicate a carving, because you can go as close as you can, but it will not be the same as origin. So that's what makes carving so unique and authentic. For my case, I normally do walking sticks, and I do any form of artifacts, but one of them is probably, if you look back, you will see the seahorse standing up. Okay, this seahorse is actually been done in my own version of understanding, and it becomes so unique. I think the uniqueness about this artifact is it's when you bring it out from your own imagination. And that's what makes it so unique. Simply means that it's only you that can imagine, not others would. I cannot really recall of when I started carving. It's just that the reason why I went into carving is because my father was a carver before. He's a great sculptor in the Trobriand Islands. He's done a lot of these massive designs and arts. So he died when I was 9 months old. I did not see him, actually. And then most of his artwork I did not see because they were all gone. But the moment probably because this is within my DNA, the moment I grew up to be a man, I begin to have this design and development of, developing attitude of liking designs and art. So for being in Moresby, I think it's almost about 15 years, or 15 or 20 years, I cannot recall. But then that was the time. I did not start off being a carver in my early age, but until when I was already around say 30 years old, that's when I started developing the attitude of wood sculpting, and eventually this is how many years now that I've been a carver. A lot of people have their own interest of carving. Probably they design, so sometimes most of the people have been driven by necessities and need to go into carving and develop this. For me, it is a hobby. I just pick up any piece of wood, and looking at the wood, it can always be a piece of wood to anybody. But I look into and see some figures inside. So I start trying to release the image that I see inside. Within my family, all of us actually they're not really into carving, but I do the outline of everything, and they assist me to cleaning up and then sanding and then so forth. So all of us participate in the carving. I think with the range of carvings, there are different types of carvings been done in such a manner for, like for example, all of the carvings are meant to be for decoration. That's what everybody thinks. But recently we came up with the idea of customizing the products. Instead of just for you to buy it and then display it at your home, you can also use it. Like for the salad servers. Salad servers are actually spoons and forks. And they have been carved using Trobriand designs, and then you have the handle, and you have the bowl that you can be able to scoop up anything. But you will not only take it as a design, something to decorate your home, but it is been carved in such a way that you will use it. So after using it, you can always hang it up, and then the intricacy of the design is exhibited in the house. Okay, well, there's some other stuff like walking stick. it's unaided. It's quite a fragile thing, and then you take it. I mean, a lot of people buy it, and they have their own purposes of buying them. They can give it away as a gift. I don't really call a walking stick as walking stick because it does not carry any meaning at all. Because if you take a walking stick, you can call a cane a walking stick, but I call that as a chief stick, because it has been depicted with a design and shell, because in the Trobriand Island we have shell, which is the representative of the chiefs, and then the design as status. So if you want to give away as a gift to somebody, you got to recognize that person who has a deeper influence in your life. So it can be displayed at homes for like solid bowls now. We're doing a bowl that is quite big, and it does not really have the shells and design much on, but then it can be used. So you can still take it, and then we have a few designs on, but use it, and at the same time it becomes a decoration at home. So this is some of the stuff, I think, but most of the shops or business people just buy them to sell them to their customers. Most of our carvings are always kept at home, and then we move them around to certain markets. Like Palm City Market is a very regular market for us. It gives a very wider chances for the customers to purchase this. But most of our stuff are kept at home, and then we normally sell them on the Facebook. Yep. They can always go to Pacific Primitive Art and then check them there, or otherwise they can go to my Facebook account, and then they can always find those stuffs. And sometimes you can always check around at my wife's account. But we sell most of these products. Very good, original products. I can also be contacted on the phone. They can get me on 768-58789 or 71180-947. We can always be reached on email. They can just type in thomas.toyamina@gmail.com.
I hope you enjoyed the home decoration segment. These are some new ideas that you could do to freshen up your homes. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back. For our baking segment, Genevieve Massa joins us in the kitchen to bake some cupcakes.
Hi everyone, I'm Genevieve Massa, and today I will be showing you how to bake cupcakes from scratch. For these chocolate cupcakes, we'll need the following ingredients: flour, caster sugar, oil, cocoa powder, baking powder, salt, vanilla essence, vinegar, and water. So first we're using 3 cups of flour, which we're gonna sift into our bowl that we're mixing in today. This usually takes a while, so bear with me. Once that's done, we have 1 cup of caster sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa, 7/8 of oil here, a pinch of salt, 2 pinches of baking powder as well, 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, and last we have 2 cups of water. Once you have all that in, we can nicely mix. Usually when I'm baking, I like to get the right consistency. when the cupcakes rise, they look perfect when they come out. Also note that you do not overmix, because once it gets runny, then you don't have rising cupcakes in your oven. Once you see that the consistency is perfect, you're now ready to put them in their cases in the oven for baking. Now we place our cupcake cases in our cupcake tray. Now that's all there, we can slowly serve out our cupcakes. I usually do 1 spoon at a time, so I know that my cupcakes are leveled, so when they come out, they can be the same height. For this part of the process, I try to be the most patient because it's the messiest part also. And then I do the second rounds on every one of them. I'd recommend using this and baking from scratch because it's the most cost-effective way of baking. Now that these are ready, we're ready to pop them in the oven for 30 minutes at 175 degrees Celsius. Cupcakes are finally out of the oven. You can either choose to have them plain or add topping of your liking. Now that we've done piping, this is my favorite part of baking, the decorating bit. So today we have some chocolate and some strawberries. I know not everyone likes chocolate and some people are more fruity oriented, so I like to mix my orders. So we sprinkle some chocolate on some of them. Since we have 12, I'll go 6 with chocolate toppings and 6 with strawberries. And there we have it, homemade cupcakes for you.
And that's all we have for you in this week's baking segment. Some easy to make chocolate cupcakes. I cannot wait to taste them, so I will see you after these short messages.
The name Variarata comes from the local language of Koyari, which means Soreman. Hello, my name is Martin and I work here at the park as a volunteer. It's about 4 years. The national park was established in October 1973. Because it was a hunting ground for the locals, they established the park to preserve the animals inside, conserve the animals. Here at the Variarata National Park, we have the main lookout, which is a great view from above. And we also have the Koyari treehouse, the local treehouse of the Koyari tribe. Here we have also the main picnic area which we can come and sit around, enjoy the day off. We have 4 walking tracks. We have the boundary track, the second track, the treehouse track, the scarp track, and the self-guide 30 minutes track.
So this is the Koyari treehouse, right? Okay. So we are finally here at the treehouse. Let's have a look and see how it was built. We'll have them tell us how it was built and how long it took, of course.
We have 7 rangers that work in here, and they are available if you are coming up for weekends or during the weekdays to visit. Yes, we do have security guards. It's also the part work of the rangers.
Apart from the rangers taking you to the sites, here at the main picnic area, they also have a map that you can simply follow to take you throughout the sites.
It's a Sunday to Sunday operation. The park opens at 6 in the morning and closes at 4 or 6 in the afternoon from Monday to Friday. And we have the weekends, it's 6 in the morning and late in the evening, 6. The fees, adults go for 5 kina and 10 kina. The kids go for 3 kina. For those down at Port Moresby, they can visit the SIPA office, Conservation Environment Protection Authority, Savannah Heights, to inquire for visiting. And if they want to directly contact the park, they can contact the Ed Park Ranger. His name is Tati Mitiel. Contact details, phone number is 72307039. The motto we go by here at the National Park is, "You leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but pictures or photographs."
Wow, this experience was an amazing one for myself and the crew. The drive out here was definitely worth it, I tell you. I will be back with more after this short break. Welcome back. And just before we go, here's our quick wrap. Tell us, what type of plants are suitable to be grown during the rainy season?
The type of plant that really is good for rainy season is the plants that you can see up at the front. We have mostly ambitious plants and ground covers and the fence.
And that's all I have for you on this week's edition of Haus Home. I hope you enjoyed the show, and a special thanks to Robert and Martin for being our tour guides here at Variarata National Park. This place is a must visit. From the crew and I, pleasant viewing, goodbye.